Hi guys, Lewted here with yet another stream. This one might not be the best stream ever, but I'm going to do my best. So it's been about 3 months since I've done my last multiplayer battle. So I thought to myself, today would be a good day to try to, get back into the habit of playing multiplayer battles. So I just want to quickly go over my opponent's army. Brought a lot of spears, which you'd expect, encountering uh, a lot of cav. These guys are tanky, lanciaries, senores, but they will lose in a prolonged fight to swords, and they can lose pretty quickly to double-handed axes. I only have two single-handed axe units that will be able to beat them efficiently. The Eastern Armored Legio are, a different problem. First things first, what am I going to be aiming for? The slingers are, top priority. So I'm going to try to close the distance here. You have to remember that as a Germanic faction, you do have access to, say, you have access to Germanic archers. Unfortunately, his Clemenari did get through to me, which is unfortunate, but I couldn't pull them out in time anyway. Fortunately, these guys will most likely lose to the Lancieri Signoris. Which is fine. I don't mind losing. It's been quite a while since I've played a multiplayer match. First loss hasn't really hurt me. I tend to lose the first match anyway when I come back, so I don't really mind. But yeah, it's been quite a while, as you can tell. Haven't had a decisive defeat in Attila in a while, I think. That's fine. I got some practice to do. Um, I finished my Elements campaign. I have to redo my Jutes campaign. Um, I know I have Himyar to do as well. I'm not looking forward to that, unfortunately. Hmm. I did the nomadic tribes, the Roman Empire, the Sassanids, the Great Migrators. No, I didn't do the Visigoths. Supposed to do the Visigoths, or did I? I might have done the Visigoths, but I can't remember. Yeah. No, I haven't done the Visigoths. Okay, that's fine. I have to do the Visigoths. But you know what? I was willing to lose that first match anyway. Just means I gotta reteach myself. Because I did a lot of things wrong in that battle. Which not gonna like pretend I didn't. So with the Almans done, I've done every barbarian kingdom. Still have to do the Jutes, because I've done the Danes and Geats. Done all the Celts. The Celts were kind of fun. Although, I think it revolved, like, the Picts get overplayed a lot. Desert Kingdoms, Himyar, and then the Slavs are done. So I think about 3 factions left before I've done all of them. Hmm. I think I'll leave Himyar for last and then do the Jutes. But anyway, um, I was hoping that I could find another battle, but it seems like it will be a while. So I'll just quickly go into one of my previous campaigns. I think it's been a year since I've done the Western Empire campaign. So it's been about a year since I've checked up on this. I did this about 2 years ago. Basically, it's my second Huns campaign. My first one ended in 40 turns. I got defeated by the Alans, but I didn't really understand the game. Um, I just made a bunch of armies. But it's kind of funny because I think I turned all of my armies into. Yeah, I did. Ah, those were the days. I could get knock-whores, but knock-whores are like the best units to have in the Hunnic army. Speaking of which, I should probably try to play as the Huns again. been quite a while since I've really tried to play as the Huns. Hmm. Attila is very dead. I think most people now are playing with mods. Because I said this a while back that Attila was basically dead, but at the same time there'd still be like a couple of people that would be playing. Now it's like definitely dead. It's hard to find matches with people you haven't played with before. Little Worm I probably played with before, and I think I beat him. But like I said, it's been 3 months since I played a battle, so I've gotten rusty. What I could do is, since it's past 11 where I am, I could see if maybe I can get a multiplayer battle, a multiplayer campaign. Well, it's passworded. I didn't even notice. Speaking of passworded, I need to do a peninsular campaign because I'm trying to get medals for Napoleon Total War, which I might stream tomorrow. I'm also trying to get better at naval battles. I think I said that already. Quick battles haven't worked for me in the past. Where am I on the leaderboards? I know Addermine's been there for a while. I've dropped quite a bit. Actually, no, I haven't. I've won two and lost one match. So, yeah. Or I definitely lost two. I think I lost two and won two. It's hard to find matches on quick battles as well. And if there is somebody on quick battle, it would be a noob. Or somebody that just overuses the meta. Like the Little Worm, the player I just fought up against, was using a meta build. And I kind of knew he would go straight for my swords. But one thing I've been noticing is that the Franks won't fire for some reason. Like they won't fire their throwing axes, and that's what I relied on to actually deal enough damage to the Clibinari. But it's been a while. I think sometimes it will work, but it doesn't really work that effectively against shock cav because even if they take a lot of damage, they'll still be able to deal out a lot of damage in return. So I'm gonna change up my tactics to protect my sword Heerban, who I was relying on to actually win me the fight, and instead focus on taking them down at range with Germanic archers, or if they get too close and they do actually get into my sword Heerban, that they're in a position where the spearmen can actually support. Yeah, it's gonna take too long and I don't want to waste people's time. Now this would be a head-to-head campaign. No, this is co-op. He changed it. He's playing as the White Huns, and if this were co-op, I'd be better off playing as a Great Migrator. Hmm. The Allens don't have any spear units besides their dogs. Hmm. The Tanukids would be interesting, but I'm gonna pass on that. The Allens are probably the best suited for a co-op campaign, because I'm not gonna play as the Huns unless he wants me to specifically. The Huns are really too easy early on. It's just if you overstretch yourself that they become a problem. Just realize that for some reason, yeah, I don't think you guys can hear the game. Weird. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. You couldn't hear the game, which probably was my fault. I would have went with the Swabians, but their best units I'd probably get when I migrated. So I'm just gonna wait for him to do whatever he has to do. And I'm just gonna talk a bit about, you know, Attila as it stands now. So from the Creative Assembly, we're expecting a Total War Sega game. That's what they've called it, Total War Sega, where they are essentially going to pick a time and period in time, and they are going to release it as a standalone. It could be based off of Rome 2. It could be based off of Attila. Could even be based off of the original Rome Total War. It's so hard to get a decent multiplayer battle going now. Like, I don't mind going up against people I fought before, but I just want to get back into the groove of things. and I don't feel like starting a um, I don't feel like starting another campaign out on stream, so I'm gonna pass on that. There's like literally nobody. I haven't checked up on my Western Roman Empire campaigns for a year, cause I put the chronicles in, but that was about it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was supposed to try to go for a military victory with Axum, but then I lost that save too. Mm. Oh well. So as you can tell, I did reclaim a lot of my territory. I also reclaimed some Eastern Roman Empire territory. Because I was helping the Eastern Roman Empire fighting the Sassanids, I was able to keep them alive by redirecting Sassanid armies to my side. Because I think when I was fighting the Huns, I was over here, but I couldn't send armies to support the Eastern Roman Empire, so they overtook up to here. They didn't take Dalmatia, I remember that much. But yeah, um, the Gautilians were my puppet state for a while, but then obviously they didn't feel like it. Markomans are my client state, I believe. Either client state or allied. I don't think I would be allied. Same with Burgundians, Dacia. The Venetians somehow stayed alive through the Huns. I don't even know how, but they did.
We hunger for battle. At your command.
I never thought I'd actually get past this stage, because the requirements to win are pretty tough. You have to have 80 settlements. Oh, that's you need 110 settlements. You need to defeat 20 factions, which I had done like way before I won the military victory. This took a while because I had to fight my way through the Sassanids. Whoops. Maintain control of these provinces: Italia, Liguria, Venetia, Carthagenesis, Britannia Superior, which I had lost. I lost the. Yeah, I did lose all of it when I was retreating, but it took them a while, and because it took them a while to actually beat me, um, or take me out of Britain, the Celts were confined. I had this many units, but then I had to do stuff. Metropolis. This took a while. The veteran garrison quarters did take a while. Infantry compound takes just as long. Metropolis, you have to research. You have to research that separately. And Triumphal Arc is a culture building. It took me a while though because of the Sassanids ultimately, because I wasn't going to like say take up these territories because that wouldn't make any sense. For some reason, I was content on using Legio Comitatensis, knowing full well that the Western Roman Empire's style of play doesn't really revolve around um, just armor. It revolves around having swords. Hence why I had Herculani Senores, which I could have easily replaced these guys with, but I should have probably replaced them with Elite Palatina. But I'm not gonna bother playing this. I've already done it. No point of redoing it. It's a shame, really. Tried redoing a hunted campaign, but stopped just short of another complete victory. Four horse acres. I already have my setup, so I'm not gonna change it. You just have to assume that who you're fighting up against is gonna bring Shock Hound, since Shock Hound is the meta in Attila. I don't bring Shock Hound because I don't need it.
Elite sword, Heerban! Elite sword, Heerban! Deadly missiles, ready! We will pierce their hearts! Battle ready and eager! Sword, Heerban! We'll kill them all! General! Battle ready and eager! General!
You have to be a quick learner, you know. These Total War games are not for people that are trying to quickly, learn it or say get trading cards. No, Shock Cab, I'm impressed.
Are we sure we are not related to them? They are about as hairy as our lot. But they stand in our way, and so they give us their choice. We must wipe them out.
This should be extremely easy because of the fact that they have no spears, but you have to be careful at the same time. His cavalry is much better than mine,
Battle
and
ready and eager.
if I'm correct, most of his units, yeah, he did bring shock infantry. His general is, well, a shock cav, so you have to expect that. 3 spears will work well for this. He's just fortunate that I didn't bring shock cav myself.
Elite sword, here back. Get running. Warriors, move out. Missile warriors.
Where's his Garthusai? There they are. I should put these guys in shield wall. That's gonna backfire. Yeah. I need to start breaking through.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied. The men are broken and running for their lives. General! Running! Missiles ready! Move, Jackal! All right! Harjo! Break off! Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. Back, warriors, back! Warriors ready! Missile armed warriors! Forward! To me! Ready for battle! Forward! Our men return to the fight! losing ground! As you say! They will bleed for us! Kill! 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 A unit is running from the enemy! Help them! Once more! On this gun! Missiles ready! The men are losing faith! An entire unit has perished. Pull back!
Alright, fair enough. Another loss. Doesn't shake me or anything. Just means I have to do better. Switching over to the Huns. Seven cav altogether. Could make it 8, but infantry corps is weak enough as it is. I think I'm going to practice a bit more off stream just to, get back into the swing of things. I'm not completely bad at Attila, mind you, but I do need practice. Practice makes perfect. Gonna wait patiently for this guy to finish and hopefully get a win this time. My attacks the last two battles have been very sloppy, so this time I'm going to try to be more precise. Archers attack first. If they try to fight them with if he has his own horse archers, which he most likely will have Spag Zion, then I'll just have to counter with, my Step Raiders. Hefthalite Chargers do have an advantage over Step Raiders, but I'm not relying on that. I'm relying on my experience and tactics to hopefully give me an advantage. If not, I already have Spears. The Spears are more of an insurance. I brought Step Raiders because I'm assuming he has mostly armored units. The power of balance is in his favor by a bit. Our warriors are always good to bring. Very good anti-infantry unit. Not as good as the double-handed axes, but the bonus of 10 versus infantry does help. Didn't bring Chosen War warriors because there's no need if I do this battle correctly. These Step Warriors do have precursors, which I believe will be very helpful. And that's about it. I really have there's no real need to say put my Step Raiders over here, because this is the White Huns we're dealing with. If they have Spag Zion archers and Hefthalite Chargers, then I lose. I lose in a cavalry fight. I lose in a horse archer fight. I wouldn't lose in an infantry fight though, because even though they have Ur and Chosen Ur warriors and Step warriors, they don't have Bosphorian warriors and Bosphorian infantry. So they don't have that tankiness in their sword department. They do, actually yes they do, they have Kingless Condos. But even those guys would probably lose to Step warriors, so it's a matter of seeing what happens next. I'm going to start because I don't want to wait too long. I have a good feeling this battle will go well.
Take up your weapons and rejoice in this battle! Our spears are yours! Advance and speed! Follow me!
4 Guardians of the Hindu Kush. These guys are expensive. Even though it looks like they beat my War Warriors, I highly doubt it. He did bring 4 Kingless Condos as well, which is what I expected. So he does have a tough infantry department. With this, it doesn't look like he has other cavalry. So he did bring Hunnic Horse Archers. I had the liberty of bringing... I could have brought cheaper archers, but I thought he was going for Spag Zion. Switch that. Whoa, where'd you come from? Alright, fair enough. I didn't see them on my minimap.
Men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing. Hidden
But he
units.
has more.
Watch out!
Fortunately, this time I did see them.
Our troops are being ambushed! Move it! Horse archers! Move it! Fire on him! Theo, get running! Forward! Move it! Get running!
That did catch me off guard. Because I would have seen them, I thought.
Get running!
But I have to punish that or else he'll just try to do that again.
Move out! Run, Curcio! Warriors, move out! Run, Curcio! Anything for the gods! Fire! Horse archers! Forward! Warlord! Horse archers! Let's go!
We'll continue our attack then.
At the double! Postmodern warriors! Forward!
Somehow he actually caught up to these guys.
They are trying to take out our general! Defend him! Men are broken and are fleeing! Withdraw! Forward! Understood! Lewted! Get running! Enemy units have returned to the battle!
I actually forgot I knew our warriors.
And running for their
Yeah.
lives!
men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. Warlock! The enemy general is fallen! Kill! As you say! Bosporan infantry! Bosporan infantry! Who are warriors? The men are running! Cowards!
Alright, so I did win one. I'm gonna end the stream so I can give myself time to get prepared for the next one. I think I'll try for Napoleon Total War. Um, Sorry if anybody messaged me. I didn't get to see it because I don't have YouTube up. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I know this stream was pretty bad, but it'll be better in the future.